Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for this verbal vivisection, because today, we are diving headfirst into the cauldron of chaos that is Sneako's departure from Rumble, the land of the cancelled, the rejected, and the conspiracy-laden wasteland of free speech warriors and foot fungus ads.
First of all, you have been on Rumble, but it's like it becomes an echo chamber over there where you're cast away into this land of people where it's like a canceled world. It's the conservative world. It's the Republican world. It's the conspiracy theorist chemtrail world. Bro, the ads on there for your gums and your feet fungus ads and AI Joe Rogan. It's like you're pushed away to the side. And even then, people saw like the mistreatment. I can finally talk about this. Do you guys want? Should I talk about this stuff? Should I talk about that stuff? I wasn't treated properly on Rumble. I ain't gonna lie. You guys saw it. You saw what happened at Power Stop. I don't need to get too into depth about that, but 2 years there. 2 years exclusive. Who else did that? Everybody else left in that time. Everybody else left. Steve left, Ricegum left, Gideon left, Mizkif left, Kason left, Kai left, Speed left. Everybody. Who else did I miss? Everybody left that platform. It was just me that whole time. It was me staying consistent on that platform the whole time, and everybody else left. But they got better treatment, so that's why I decided. And some people texted me. I was talking to Tristan Tate earlier, and he's like, Rumble was there for me when I was canceled. They were there for me when I was canceled too. But it doesn't mean that you need to have undying allegiance to this place, especially when they don't show undying allegiance to you. So yes, I respect that, but I'm not going to stay on this platform forever just because they were there when I was canceled. I think I would have figured something out regardless. It's time to branch out. Time to do something new.
Yes, Sneako, that perennial provocator of unfiltered takes and irreverent musings, has chosen to part ways with the very platform that once provided him refuge when the big bad wolves of mainstream media came knocking at his digital door. But as he steps out of this echo chamber of the discarded, it becomes clear that this is no simple exit. This is a scorched earth declaration of independence. Grab your popcorn, because we are about to witness the dissection of Sneako's breakup with Rumble. Now, let's first address the elephant in the room. Rumble, that bastion of those deemed too controversial for YouTube, too provocative for Twitch, and too uncancelable for Twitter, has served as the digital purgatory for many. It's a domain populated by conspiracy theorists, chemtrail hunters, and a litany of foot fungus commercials. Sneako, ever the rebellious firebrand, found himself ensnared in its algorithmic grasp for 2 years, marooned alongside a ragtag coalition of the ostracized. But here's the kicker. Sneako isn't just leaving because it's a weird corner of the internet filled with AI Joe Rogans and reptilian overlord theories. No, his discontent runs much deeper. What we are seeing here, my friends, is Sneako's realization that he's been playing second fiddle in the very ecosystem that once touted itself as the last refuge for the cancelled star. He wasn't treated properly, at least not in the way his contemporaries were. And the list of defectors is long. Ricegum left, Gideon left, KSI left, Speed left. While Sneako stayed, holding the line like a soldier fighting a war of attrition in the trenches of internet discourse, those around him were receiving better treatment and jumping ship to bigger, better opportunities. And oh, how this lack of recognition stings. But this is where it gets deliciously ironic, dear listener. Rumble, which marketed itself as the heaven for freethinkers, the platform of the oppressed, has become a self-imposed exile for those who dare to challenge the mainstream. Sneako finds himself trapped in what he aptly describes as an echo chamber, a place where the very promise of free speech has been twisted into a cacophony of recycled ideas. It's no longer a place for innovation, but rather a purgatory where the exiled shout into the void, drowning in a sea of repetition. And Sneako, ever the maverick, has grown weary of the noise. What makes Sneako's departure even more potent is his refusal to bend the knee to loyalty that misguided, archaic notion that just because someone offers you shelter in your time of need, you must remain forever in their debt. Sneako, with the sagacity of a rogue philosopher, reminds us all that allegiance to a platform is earned through reciprocity, not obligation. Rumble may have been there for him when the digital gates of other platforms slammed shut, but it wasn't a mutual love affair. This was no fairy tale ending. It was a transactional relationship, and Sneako has decided that the transaction is over. And who could blame him? While Tristan Tate, that enigmatic consigliere of controversial figures, may have whispered in Sneako's ear about the loyalty Rumble showed when the internet turned its back, Sneako isn't buying it wholesale. He acknowledges the support, yes. He respects it. But that's where the line is drawn. For Sneako, loyalty without reciprocal respect is little more than a gilded cage, and it's time to break free. The man isn't looking for handouts, he's looking for respect, and Rumble, for all its promises, failed to deliver. But let us not ignore the comedic absurdity of it all. Rumble, the supposed sanctuary of free speech, has been reduced to a caricature of itself. It's a place where ads for gum disease and questionable health supplements run rampant, where the content feels less like a marketplace of ideas and more like a dystopian flea market of fringe theories and unverified truths. Sneako, a man who thrives on pushing boundaries, now finds himself suffocated by the very freedom he once sought. It's as if the platform, in its effort to be a refuge for the castaways, became the Titanic, sinking under the weight of its own mediocrity. And so, with the grace of a general retreating from a battlefield littered with the debris of broken promises, Sneako announces his departure. He doesn't leave with a whimper, but with a calculated realization that he's outgrown this sandbox. Rumble, once the last bastion for the cancelled, has become a prison of inertia, a place where progress is stifled by the very walls meant to protect free expression. Sneako knows that staying would mean stagnation, and for a man who thrives on evolution, stagnation is death. But what's next for Sneako? That's the tantalizing question, isn't it? He's not just walking away from Rumble, he's walking towards something bigger, something more fitting for a mind that refuses to be boxed in. The man is nothing if not adaptable, and his next move will likely shake the foundations of whichever platform he graces. Sneako's exit isn't a retreat, it's a pivot. A recalibration of his brand, his identity, and his path forward. In the end, Sneako's departure from Rumble is more than just a business decision, it's a philosophical stance. He refuses to be pigeonholed, refuses to be part of a platform that has, in his eyes, lost its way. He doesn't owe Rumble anything more than a nod of appreciation for being there when he needed it. But the tides have shifted, and Sneako, like any great thinker, knows when it's time to leave the old world behind and venture into the unknown. So as we close the chapter on Sneako's time at Rumble, let us not mourn this departure but celebrate it. For Sneako, ever the digital wanderer, will continue to push boundaries, challenge norms, and redefine what it means to be a content creator in the age of cancel culture. Rumble, for all its aspirations, simply couldn't keep up with the man.